Subway 400 with 162 laps complete. Matt Kenseth out front of Dale Jarrett. And that lead is now stretched out to 1.5 seconds. Two Fords out front. Now Dodge has dominated qualifying. Let's see where our Dodge front runners are right now. Teammates Wallace and Newman, 3rd and 4th. Sterling Marlin, 6th. So still a good day for the Dodge boys thus far.
Yeah, they were very dominant in the early going of this race. Of course, they started up front, had a lot to do with it. But the Fords do seem to be fighting back right now.
Chevrolet did not fare well in qualifying, and the best Chevy on the leaderboard right now is Michael Waltrip in 11th. But keep in mind, several contenders, including Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart, made pit stops just prior to the last caution, and that's why they are 1 lap down.
But I tell you, that's a nice recovery by Michael Waltrip in the 15. Remember, he started back in 33rd position. Darrell did the same thing in the Busch Series race yesterday. Started back in the pack and had a great race car all day.
Yeah, we had dinner last night, and he said he learned a lot for the race today from the Busch car. They made some changes on it, and it helped it, and he thought it would help his car today. So obviously paying off.
We got some tight racing here. Casey Kane was coming from 16th up to 10th. And did he have to bust through some traffic to do it?
Yeah, and I tell you, I looked down and I said, Michael, where are you going? And of course, look at this, bam, bam, bam. And of course, Tony's a lap down, so he's trying to get by these cats to get up there to get a lap back. So that was some intense racing right there.
And Mark Martin in the 6 back there saying, what are you guys going to do?
A bunch of ping pong balls.
Ryan Newman has his hands full with Kurt Busch. Busch, who led till the very late stages of this race 1 year ago, now moves up to 4th place in his Irwin Ford.
And Busch says, you know, he learned a lot from that race last year. He learned that he used his stuff up and that opened the door for Jarrett to come on through. Maybe he's being a little more patient this year.
See right there, a lot like Michael Waltrip, started back in 27th position. He's just been coming a little bit at a time.
Darrell, I know you remember the details of most of your 84 wins, but do you more remember some of those that got away?
Well, yeah, you always think about, you know, people say, what's your favorite win? I said, I don't know, but I can tell you there was ones that I lost that I did, like the Southern 500 a couple of times, Daytona a couple of times, lost a couple of races here right at the line.
Well, I think that's how Kurt Busch feels about last year. Elliott Sadler, the M&M's Ford is now 8th. He's the 4th Ford in the running order.
Another car that's been getting better as this race has went on. Started back in 25th position. Remember a year ago when his teammate Dale Jarrett won the race here, Dale Jarrett said a big tribute went to this 38 team. They came here and did the testing for Robert Yates Racing.
Yeah, and you know, we haven't said a lot about Elliott. He's there in 8th place and quietly hanging around the top 10. I got to believe in some of those notes that Jarrett's using, Casey Kane is using, and some others, I guess today, would probably filter down to the 38 car as well.
Let's find out from Dick Bergman.
Well, Elliott Sadler has struggled with that car today, Mike. I'm looking at my notes and the conversations he has had with his crew. We're very loose. The car is very loose, still very loose. That's as this day has wound down. But each time they've come in, they've adjusted, and right now, it's looking pretty good. Elliott Sadler running an 8th spot.
Right behind him is Scott Wimmer, whose Dodge is 9th, coming off a great 3rd place run at Daytona.
And he started back in 31st position, but I think what really helped him get some of that track position is a call that Frankie Stoddard, his crew chief, made back on lap 52 when he stayed out and got that track position. He paid the price a little bit, but he definitely gained more than he lost.
Frankie's been doing his homework. I'm telling you, he may make some good calls in the pits, I think.
Sterling Marlin has just passed the pole sitter, Ryan Newman. That's an exchange of 5th place. There's the Coors Light Dodge, number 40.
And it'd be good to see Sterling get back to the form he had a year or so ago when he was leading the point standings and winning races, and that car was a car to beat every week. Then he had that accident, and it hadn't recovered yet.
There you see he's about 7.5 seconds behind our leader, Matt Kenseth, which equates almost to 100 car lengths. How about that?
Now, how'd you know that?
Pay attention.
Did you do the math somehow?
I did the math. I've been studying, like Frankie Stoddard.
That's right.
Dale Jarrett's closing in. When we came back from the last break, it was 1.5 seconds. It's now 1.2. Here's Steve.
Well, Mike, DW won 84 races. DJ Dale Jarrett has won 31 times. He's already had a big highlight this week. On Friday, after qualifying, he traveled home to his home in Hickory, North Carolina, to see his 15-year-old daughter
son feels, because my girls are just starting to play lacrosse. And they've never been real athletic, but Sarah and Jessica both are loving lacrosse, and it's fun to go watch them play.
And you know, Mike, I won 2 Daytona 500s as a crew chief. My son Brandon won a Bandolero race about 3 weeks ago. Ranks right up there with it, buddy.
I'll bet. It's under a second now. Matt Kenseth's lead, that is, over Dale Jarrett. 2 Fords and a Dodge in the front 3 right now in the Subway 400.